The goal of voting classifiers is to combine different machine learning classifiers and use a majority vote to predict the class labels. These voting classifiers often provide a higher accuracy than the best classifier in the ensemble. Suppose you have trained a few classifiers. Let's say these are C1, C2, and so on. A very simple way to create a better classifier is to combine the predictions of each classifiers and predict the class. So you have the class that gets the most votes. Even if each classifier is a weak learner, the ensemble can still be a strong learner. Now I'm gonna show you how to implement voting classifier using scikit-learn with a real-world dataset. Before loading the dataset, let me import pandas. Import pandas SPD. To show how to implement the voting classifier, I'm gonna use the breast cancer Wisconsin dataset. Let's load the dataset. df equals pd.read.csv. Let me set the dataset name wdbc.data. This dataset has no column name. Let me use header equals none. Cool! Our dataset loaded. You can find the link for this dataset in the description below. Let's take a look at the first 5 rows of the dataset. df.heat. Here you go. This dataset consists of example of malignant and benign tumor cells. The first column in the dataset shows the unique ID numbers and the second column shows diagnosis. Let's say M indicates malignant and B indicates benign. The rest of the columns are our features. Let's take a look at the shape of the dataset. df.shape. You can see the number of the rows and the columns. Now let's create the input and output variables. To do this, I am gonna use the log method. First, let me assign the feature to a numpy array. X equals df.log colon comma 2 colon. To convert a numpy array, let me set values. Okay, now let me create the target variable. Y equals df.log colon comma 2 dot values. Beautiful! We have created the variables. Our target variable has 2 categories, M and B. Let's encode the target variable with label encoder. First, I'm gonna import this class from sklearn.preprocessing import label encoder. Now, I'm gonna create an object from this class, le equals label encoder. Let's feed and transform our target variable. Y equals le dot feed transform. Let me set y. Awesome! We encoded target variable. Before building the model, let's split the dataset into training and test sets. To do this, I'm gonna use train test split function. First, let me import this function from sklearn model selection import train test split. Let's split our dataset using this function x train x test y train y test equals train test split. Let me set the variables x comma y comma. To split in balance, let me set stratify equals y. For reproducible output, let me set random state 0. Cool! Our datasets are ready to analyze. I am gonna use 3 different classifiers for voting classifier. These are logistic regression, random forest, and support vector machine. Let's import these classifiers from sklearn linear model import logistic regression from sklearn ensemble import random forest classifier from sklearn svm import svc. Next, I'm gonna import voting classifier from sklearn ensemble import voting classifier. Beautiful! We imported the classifiers. To ignore warnings, let me use warning library. Let's import this library. Import warnings. Let's ignore warning messages. To do this, let me set warnings dot filter warnings. I'm gonna write ignore. Awesome! Next, I'm gonna create an example from each classifier. First, let's create an object from logistic regression class. clf1 equals logistic regression. For random state, let me set 1. Next, let's create an object from random forest classifier class. CLF2 equals random forest classifier random state equals 1. Lastly, let's create an object from SVC class. CLF3 equals SVC random state 1. Cool. Our classified objects are ready to analyze. Let's create an object from voting classifiers. ECLF equals voting classifier. For estimators, I'm gonna use 3 classifiers, square brackets, parentheses, LR, CLF1, comma, RF, CLF2, SVC, CLF3. Awesome! I created an object from voting classifiers. Now let's build our voting classifier model using training sets. Let me set ECLF dot fit xtrain ytrain. Okay, we fit the model. Let's take a look at the accuracy scores for both the training set and test set. To do this, let me import accuracy score function from sklearn.metrics import accuracy score. Beautiful! The accuracy score is ready to use. Let's take a look at the performance of our model both on training test and test set. First, let's see for training set. Y train pred equals ECLF dot predict x train. Let me print accuracy score. Print accuracy score y train pred. Here you go. The accuracy score of our model is 96% on the training set. Now let's look at the performance of our model on the test set. Y test pred equals ESLF dot predict. Let me set x set. Let me print accuracy score. Print accuracy score y test pred. Here you go. The accuracy score of our model is 97% on the test set. These two values are close to each other, so they are not the overfitting problem. Cool! The performance of our voting classifiers model is good. Let's compare our model with the other classifiers. To do this, I am gonna use a for loop. For CLF in CLF1, CLF2, CLF3 and ECLF. First, call fit method. CLF dot fit. Let me set training sets. X train, Y train. Let's predict the test set. Y pred CLF dot predict. Let me write X test. Finally, let's look at the results. First, let me print the name of the models. Print f quotation marks curly brackets CLF dot underscore class underscore dot underscore name underscore. Let me use accuracy score function to find the scores. Let me set accuracy score y test y pred. To see first 3 digits, I'm gonna type .3f. Let me run these codes. Here you go. Notice that the score of voting classifiers is better than the scores of the other classifiers. Beautiful! These voting classifiers achieved a higher accuracy than the best classifier in the ensemble. You can think the voting classifier as the wisdom of the crowd. That's it. I hope you enjoyed. In this video, I showed you how to implement the voting classifier. You can find the link for this notebook in the description below. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, give a like and leave a comment. See you in the next video. Bye for now.